Your staff in Football Manager is overpowered, but it's not your fault. And I think it's a contributing factor to why a lot of your long-term saves feel samey and too easy as the years go by. There's a definitive power creep that the user has compared to the AI when it comes to staff. So today, I'm going to explain to you why that is, what you can do to stop it, and tips to make your save both more balanced and immersive when it comes to staffing. All right. I'm gonna answer the question right here at the start.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
AI staffs are criminally understaffed compared to the users. And I noticed it honestly not too long in my most recent Rabo de Peixe save in the Canada Build a Nation in Portugal, and realized why it was so much easier for me to rise through the ranks of lower division Portuguese football and go from 4th division Portugal to 1st division Portugal in 7 seasons. And I even went out of my way doing my more immersive style of hiring staff, going for realistic signings with connections to my staff and things that fit my system. But still, my staff was one of the best in the league without even me trying that hard to do that. So let's hop in and I'll show you some concrete examples of why the staff in FM is so underpowered compared to the user. All right, so what I have for you on the screen right now is my staff at Rabo de Peixe in 2030, season 7 of my Canada Build a Nation, where I am in the top division of Portugal. I have 13 coaching staff, including myself, 1 assistant coach, 1 head of youth development, 2 goalkeeping coaches, 1 set piece coach, 2 fitness coaches, 2 general coaches, a head performance analyst, and 2 performance analysts. And as you may notice on the top left, I haven't even maxed out the number of coaches that I can have according to my board and according to what the game allows me to have due to my reputation and my finances. But if I would compare that to the other coaching staffs in my division, which is an active league, obviously, since I am playing it, you would be surprised at the number of staff that each of the top division Portuguese teams have. So I made a little bit of a chart here just to show you what I noticed is every team in the top division has a head of youth development. They all have a set piece coach, and I think that's because that's one of the newest coaches added in Football Manager, and it's kind of just hard coded that every team get one once they get to a certain level. Most teams tend to have an assistant coach, and if they don't have an assistant coach, they usually have a more general coach. And if we take a look at the total staff in the 1st division for most of these teams, Sporting CP has 12, Trofense has 5, Vitória de Guimarães 9, Vizela 5, Alverca 9, Arouca 4, Boavista 7, Braga 10, Casapia 8, Famalicão 8, Porto 11, Farense 5, Gil Vicente 6, Lexois 6, Portimonense 8, us as Rabo de Peixe 12, tied with Benfica and Sporting CP for the biggest staffs, and we are nowhere close to them when it comes to reputation and standing in 1st Division Portugal. And Rio Ave 7, for an average number of staffers in 1st Division Portugal at 8. We're 12, 4 above that average as a mid-table team. And I say mid-table because that is the quality of our team, if not a little bit lower. And when you compare that to 2nd division, where we were allowed to have around the same number of staff in 2nd division, we got through in 1 year. And I think this is a big factor as to why. When you come to 2nd division Portugal, the average number of staff on those teams was 5.56. And if you take away the performance analysts, they have around 3.94 coaches for each 2nd division team, and for 1st division Portugal, around 5 coaches. And if you take a look at me with the numbers that the game asks you to have and the maximums they give you, and the game's always pushing hire more staff, hire more staff, hire more staff, I have 8. No other club in Portugal has 8 coaching staff. The next closest team is Alverca with 7, and even the biggest teams in the division, Benfica, Sporting, and Porto, have 6, 6, and 5. So if you exclude my team in these numbers, it's around 4.82 average coaches in the 1st division and 3.94 in the 2nd division. And really the reason that I make this argument is because over long periods of time, when it comes to both training as well as the coaching team comparisons and how these coaches affect long-term development and preparation for matches, I think players have a distinct advantage, and I think this is why you see oftentimes players able to rise through the ranks of lower division football and get to top division so much faster than what real life teams can do. Obviously, this is just one factor of it. I think there's a lot of other reasons why user players are able to go through the divisions much faster. If you're looking for a more immersive and balanced experience, I think Staff is a very, very easy and fun way to make your saves feel more immersive if you do it in a more balanced and fair way to the AI. AI are just not hiring as much staff as you despite their stature in the game. And I use Portugal as my example because this is my long-term save right now, and that's been where I've spent a majority of my time in FM24. But I'll quickly show you as well some of the biggest clubs in the world too. Real Madrid in 2030, one head coach, one assistant coach, one goalkeeping coach, one set piece coach, two fitness coaches, two coaches, one head performance analyst, and two performance analysts. Does that seem like an adequate number of staff for a team like Real Madrid when you as the user are allowed and asked to have almost double that amount of staff? I remember doing saves in the Premier League where they're asking me to have like 15 coaches. What team has 15 coaches in FM? None, no matter how big they are. And I'll go to Man City as well to show you. Two assistant coaches, two goalkeeping coaches, one set piece coach, two fitness coach, one head performance analyst, four performance analysts. Very similar to Sporting CP in our division. And I'll remind you, they're asking us to have 10 coaches and 4 performance analysts. Weird? All right, so really the main thing that you can do to stop it is just don't fill out your staff. Ask yourself, as you're rising through the ranks in your leagues, if you're doing, like a road to glory, getting a 3rd division team to 1st division, or you're taking over a 1st division team or a 2nd division team, just take a look at the staffs in your division and just try to be right around the average number. If you're able to make your team and grow them into a top 3 team in the league, maybe expand your staff to be as big as the Sportings, the Benficas, the Portos. If you know in your heart of hearts you're a mid-table team and that's how you're performing, have a mid-table team staff number. And I think what's fun about that is that makes it that you need to be more sniper precision when it comes to staffing. Each staffer matters more because you're not just filling out your entire staff like 15 dudes being able to do everything so great because you have the best staff in every single spot and any weakness is filled out by another staffer. You need to find versatile staff. You need to find a coach that might be good at both defense and fitness so he can help out the fitness coach. You might need a goalkeeping coach who might know how to do some set piece defense as well so he can help the set piece coach. I think it provides a really, really fun challenge. And I think really at the end of the day, all you have to do is compare. So there you have it, guys. A little bit of a random rant. I found this out maybe like a month or two ago when playing this Rabo de Peixe save when I realized that some of the biggest clubs in Portugal weren't even signing that many staff members compared to me. So I decided, why not make a video about it? Let people know. Give me your opinion on how impactful you think this is to a save, if it really matters all that much. I think it does because at the end of the day, as a lower tier or, up and coming team, always having the best staff always kind of was a little weird to me, but I never really realized why because I would never look at the main numbers of the other staff. I just thought, oh, I have the info to hire the best staff and really it's all reputation based as to why they come here. But no, I think a lot of it has to do with the numbers. So let me know what you guys think about that. Try and find a more immersive staff for your next experience and just don't overhire. Those are some suggestions that I have if you want to play like this. If you liked the video, comment, like, subscribe. If you didn't like the video, let me know why. I'd love to hear your opinions on the staffing issue in FM, and I'm curious to see if they will fix it in FM 26. But other than that, guys, I will see you in the next video. This is Dill 40K, and peace.